Hi everyone, it's me Leslie here with another video. Thank you so much for watching my video and thank you so much for subscribing. Today I'm doing a storytime discussion to talk a little bit about friends and what are they really. So recently I heard a story about someone who was invited to a Thanksgiving event a year or so ago, and so they ultimately brought their kids to their friend's Thanksgiving event, and they found out after they got to the event that it was like a no children allowed event, friends only, no kids allowed. And the person wasn't made aware that there were no kids allowed, but they were made aware after they got there. They were told, and the host, her friend, made her feel, gave her a really bad attitude the whole time until she ultimately left the party early. And so, I'm telling this story to say, if there's someone in your life that you call a friend that ultimately makes you feel like crap, remove them. Why keep them around? There are times when people will tell me, oh, I don't have that many friends, or yeah, I've got a lot of friends, but this is what they did to me. That they made me feel like crap today. This is what they said. This is what they did. And I'll say to them, well, that's why I don't have that many friends, because I don't want to deal with that. And when I say I don't have that many friends, that's what usually prompts people to say, "Oh, I'm sorry." And this is where the problem is. I believe that so many of us want to say that we have a lot of something, and in this instance, a lot of friends, that we will tolerate the friend that makes us feel like crap when we go to a party, or the friend that says they're going to do something and then ultimately they don't, over and over and over again. Or the person that claims to be your friend but does like a no call, no show when something comes up, or they're just not reliable, or just not trustworthy, or you tell them a secret and they tell everybody else, or when they see you they make you feel like you look like total crap. And the scenarios can go on and on. But in truth, who needs friends when the person that you call friend makes you feel so bad? Or who needs that friend when they're not reliable? Or who needs that friend when, fill in the blank, when ultimately you don't feel good after the interaction with them? I don't know about you, but I have had very difficult times in my life making good friends. There have been so many times where people have told me they were going to do one thing and then they don't. Or they rely on me, but I can't rely on them. And as for me, I'll call you an acquaintance. But for me, a friend is somebody so precious and sacred to me that if something happens that really bothers me, that you do, I will tell you, and to give us the opportunity to work it out and not just sever ties. A good friend is someone that you are willing to work out a problem with and it gets worked out. But I would argue that if you don't think that they're worth working out the problem with, then they're not ultimately your friend or a good friend. So, in closing, if you ever find yourself invited to a party and you're made to feel like ultimate crap after you get there by your friend, I say find a way to leave that friend. Or you've got a friend that they tell you they're going to do one thing and then they do another. You can't rely on them. Is that really a friend? Maybe I only have 2 or 3 friends or something along those lines. As long as I can rely on them, as long as I can confide in them, as long as I can trust them, love them, know that they're going to do what they say they're going to do 90% of the time. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with having that handful of friends that you can rely on? I would rather say I've got a handful of friends that I can rely on and that will tell me when I've done something to hurt their feelings so we can work it out, rather than having dozens of friends who I can't rely on, make me feel bad half the time, and if they invite me to a party, maybe they also make me feel bad then. I would take 2 or 3 friends or so any day than dozens of friends who I can't trust, can't rely on, can't confide in, because those aren't really friends. At the end of the day, they're not going to be there. If something really serious is going to come up, are they really going to be there? And if the answer is no, then what is the point? An acquaintance, somebody just to hang out with when you're bored, great, fine. We're allowed that. But if it's somebody who's making you feel like crap, I say find a way to get rid of that person in your life. Find a way to sever those ties. Because life is too short to be surrounded by people who you cannot rely on. Or who make you feel like crap, make you feel bad. A real friend isn't going to have a party, know you have kids, and tell you you can't bring them. And at least if they do that, they're going to tell you ahead of time and not let you get there first and then kind of kick you out. There's nothing wrong with having a handful of friends that you can ultimately trust with all of your being. It's not a sad situation. It's a blessing to be able to meet even a couple, one, or even a couple of decent people. It's harder than you may think. And if you're feeling what I'm saying, and you're in the same boat as me where you only have a handful of friends, close friends and confidants, it's taken me a lot of work to have even this many beautiful people in my life. So I feel fortunate. This was hard work. My husband, he's my soulmate, and I can trust him and rely on him. He's my confidant. It was so difficult for me to meet someone so amazing. But I met someone like that. And I'm saying that those really great friends and confidants, and they're out there. No need to settle for that friend that makes you feel ultimately really bad. Anyway, so that's where I'm going to end this video today. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, bye.